I'm absolutely overwhelmed to have a very wonderful new talent. And this is his first UK interview, and his film, Dono, produced by Rajshri Films, has just released. And I'm so delighted to have him here with us on filmeshilmy.com. Rajveer, a warm welcome to you, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Right, so you've made your dream Bollywood debut, your dream Hindi film debut. How has the experience been? I think finally getting that opportunity to work and headline a film, and that too, such a big production house as well.
It was a blessing, just having a chance to show my skills and to work in this line. I think not many people get an opportunity to make a movie, and I've got such a big opportunity. So I'm truly grateful. And yeah, as you said, it's a dream come true. I could relate to the character in quite a few areas. I felt like he has insecurities. And also, I could relate to the fact that he's really scared to face the truth sometimes. He's very stubborn. And I like the fact that he also has this silver lining where he felt like if he did the right thing, he meets his sweet closure. And that really helps him grow as a person. I could relate to these small aspects of the character. The
Hmm.
part which I would say, which is the obvious part, is that I've not been in love with a girl for 10 years and I've not gone to that girl's wedding who I've been in love with for 10 years. That part is something which I had to relate to in so many different ways.
Right. And I think it's very special for your family as well, because if you look at your brother, you look at your dad, Sunny Deol, they all began in their careers with like romantic films as well. Romance has been a very
Mhm.
integral part. Uh,
Yeah.
so in to what extent was perhaps that a reference point, if at all, for you? I think in going ahead and auditioning, because you did audition for
Mhm.
this film as well, I've heard.
Yes, I did. I did. I did.
So what was the main deciding factors for you to actually go for this role in particular and not maybe something perhaps action oriented per se?
Yeah. Yeah. When I first heard the script, I was taken back about this unique concept of a theme called closure. I thought in Bollywood, this was a bit fresh and new. And the character Dave also, I didn't find him, over charismatic or the guy who's brooding and beating up people for his love. I found him as a genuine guy who's trying to succeed in the life of a startup company, and things are not going well for him. As at the fact that he has this obsessiveness with his best friend and the stubbornness of not moving on.
Hmm.
So I found these aspects very unique and relatable in today's generation that I've come from. I think I don't, it's also showed me, as I consider my dad one of the most manliest people I've ever known in my life. I don't get scared of people that easily now because of him, because I was shit scared of my dad. So when I see someone else yells, I just think that person just talking loudly. And also I've seen that a man, is emotional, cares a lot, as much as you might say, they stuff down their emotions, they don't show it so much. I think us Punjabis, we're so emotional and loving and giving at times. When we find someone doing the opposite with us, that's when our anger comes out. That's when the you can say the masculinity or comes out where you think
Hmm.
who really is gonna kick ass. But what I've seen is a person who can cry, who can be emotional at the same time, and still be the protector of the family.
Yeah, true. And I think, and this is what I said to your dad as well in the interview that we did with him when he was in London, is that, एक वक्त होता था जब लोग कहते थे कि मर्द को दर्द नहीं होता है, लेकिन
Yeah,
एक्चुअली
yeah,
लोग कहते
yeah.
हैं कि हाँ मर्द को भी दर्द होता है. And I think that's so
Yes, yes.
important. Like
It
men's
is. It
mental
is.
health is so important. Would love to get
Mm.
your perspective on that actually with mental health and stuff as well. I mean, how much of a safe environment was it for you at home and comfortable environment was it for you at home to really open up, about your emotions with maybe not just your dad, but also your grandpa as well, because obviously he seems to be very fond of all his grandchildren.
Yes, yes, yes. At home, they would. they would hear anything we would have to say and give us support and everything. I think it's the outside world that used to keep us more introverted because people expected you to live up to the images. They didn't expect it because they understand they're just actors and this is a character and the character is going to be larger than you are. So it's the outside world that used to make us want to be macho or manly and do stupid things and out of characteristics of our traits. So I've gone through all of those stupid things, and I realized end of the day, you just got to accept who you are and the background you've come from. And the quicker you're comfortable in your skin, I've realized most of those insecurities and problems just vanish.
Hmm. And I think the beautiful thing about Dono, especially why it's special, is not just it marks yours and Paloma's debut, but also, or even Suraj Barjatya's son, but also it seems to be a very modern take by Rajshri on contemporary
Yes.
relationships and love, but without necessarily indulging too much in the boldness of it. I mean, it's still quite on
Mhm.
brand with their production house as well. Uh, as I mean, again, just speaking about the lineage you come from and perhaps, the upbringing you've had, dealing modernity with traditions, how much has that been inculcated into you as well growing up? How much of an influence has that been on you?
Growing up, I we had to follow our own Sikhism and Aryan Samaj. We used to do pujas on our birthdays and some day festival, but it was not forced upon like necessary. Like this is the religion you have to follow. They didn't really grow up like raised us to be very religious. They've wanted us to have our open mind and understand our own understanding with God and other religion.
Hmm.
So it was not like opposed to us. Like, yeah.
Hmm.
Uh, there's not been one date where I just stood up and like a eureka moment, but I think the whole family in this line, as a kid, you think this is the only way to get the bread home. I did have other interests growing up. I do not know how serious I was as a kid, but after seeing a couple of my dad's movie, I wanted to join the army. I
Wow.
wanted to be something that's bigger than me. I played a lot of basketball, so I had NBA as aspirations, which was too far-fetched. I played a lot of video games, so I wanted to do something with the video game industry. So I'm a bit of a geek. And but acting stayed. Acting always stayed. I did theater in high school. I remember I was terrified of doing that, and I did high level, and I did two plays. And once you get your foot in it and you actually, instead of being a fan, you're the person on the court playing, my interest started growing more over there.
Oh, amazing. That's incredible. And I think after your debut as well, I mean, how has the reactions? I mean, I kind of began actually with this question, but I would love to elaborate
Yes,
on it. Uh,
sure.
how do you feel the reactions have been towards? I mean, from what I've heard, you seem to have been approached by a lot of people, and they've said that they actually have crush on you, like huge crushes on you, and think that you're very charming and all of that. I mean, I mean, I'm sure that must definitely be quite an overwhelming feel for you.
It is. I was a very shy kid at school. I really didn't wasn't that popular. I was popular. I wasn't that popular. Like I was just known as a nice guy who just did my own thing. So yeah, this is overwhelming. I get very awkward when I hear this, and I'm still trying to find a way how to react.
I would say just play it by ear. If it's something that you feel, just take the number and then take it all forward from there. No, for sure.
Stupid.
Yeah, literally hit up in the DMs. No,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's really cool. Okay, so who would you say is perhaps I mean, non-family ones, I would say, because I think it'll be very easy for you to say. But who
Yeah.
would you say out of your family is an actor or an actress you really, actually actor and actress you really look up to?
Uh, Sadly, he passed away. Irfan Khan, if I would love, I mean, yeah, rest in peace. I just find him. I feel stupid talking about it. I consider him like a legend. Like he's so good that Yeah, that would have been awesome if I ever had the chance to.
An actress?
Actress, I think Alia I consider one of the best. It's better than some guys also, the male leads also. I think she's really good.
Oh, really? Wow, that's pretty cool. And I think when one comes into the industry, success and failure is often a subject of discussion. Uh, how prepared are you for both these aspects in terms of success and failure? And what is there anything that really necessarily fears you about coming into this industry?
Before my first movie, that's when I would say the fear talk used to disencourage me from pursuing this line. But once I realized that the sole acting craft, if you really, really follow that uh, like blindly, it doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, what success is, what failure is. If you put the time into that, something
Hmm.
will be made. So right now, honestly, there's not much fear in me, I would say. Obviously, I'm scared to get, to let my family down and not live up to my expectation and potential. Those fears do scare you still, but I can say that now, instead of looking at like the glass is half empty, I can look at it as the glass is half full.
Hmm, for sure. And is there any type of role which you think that you really want to get your teeth into?
I would love to do a pure human role. In my meaning is that the character is not manipulated through promotion. It's not manipulated through an audience liking. It's not manipulated through heroism or commercialism. Just a proper human character that I can experience would be a dream.
Hmm. Any examples maybe you could give?
I saw a movie on Movie recently that called I think After Sun. It's a British
Hmm.
movie,
Hmm.
and just these type of movies is doesn't get much loved and looked upon. But you can see that that actor has experienced that life completely, and it's something which inspires me a lot.
Hmm. And obviously, like I mentioned, it's a very nice atmosphere in the Deol household. Obviously, your
Yeah, yeah,
mother got married. Dharamji was excellent in Rocky Aur Rani Ki Prem Kahani. It was beautiful to see
yeah,
him.
yeah. He
Your
was, he
dad
was.
is literally back with the bang because of Gadar 2.
Yeah,
You've
yeah,
made your debut. Uh, so it could be rightly said. I mean, because I feel like with the Deol family, they've kind of gone through a lot as well, like in their career graphs as well. It's not been an easy ride, despite being such a prestigious family. Do you
Mhm.
feel like now it's come to a point where, it's all good? Like it's all good in the hood. Things are working out in your favor now.
Yes, yes, yes. I think it looks like, feels like this also, but I'm sure back in the day when they were going through their success also, I'm sure it's something you can't avoid, which is, it's a roller coaster effect. You have your highs and lows, and you got to take the lows as it comes.
Hmm.
And when the highs come, you got to be grateful for those moments and happy. But at the same time, I think I've realized is like, you shouldn't celebrate too much. You should just be blessed and happy that your family's together. All of us are smiling and laughing. To
Touch.
cherish those moments more than I would say film success.
No, absolutely. Bhagwan kare aisa hi ho yaar, like touch wood. It's wonderful
Yeah.
to see that. But I think also, when we talk about actors, sons or daughters coming into the industry, uh, all in the recent past, it has attracted a lot of backlash, as you know. I'm sure you've been seeing on
Yes,
social media
yes,
for the
yes.
stuff that goes on. The fact that there's such a hostile environment in today's day and age, how confident do you feel, or how do you not allow that to affect you in terms of, again, your mental health, your mental peace?
I think it's a horrible feeling for anyone to feel like they don't deserve where they are and what you don't feel like if you have that feeling of waking up in the day, I don't deserve this house, I don't deserve this bed, I don't deserve this family, I don't deserve this life. I think it's a horrible feeling to anyone to feel. How I deal with it is that I just work and I try to win small victories where I'll know my struggles and God and four walls will know. I know I'll come from such a unique life and such a privileged, protective life. So when it comes to the argument of nepotism, I feel stupid to talk about it because I know the advantages we get. And I
Mm.
can't imagine what it's like for someone else coming outside Mumbai with no family backing, trying to find something and paying the rent here is so hard, and so many people do it. Uh, so I guess the best way to deal with it is honest work. I truly believe honest work. I truly believe if I do the things the right way and work hard, uh, that perspective, and I can only talk about myself. I can't. I know I come in the label as star kids and everybody else. I can
Mm.
only talk about myself. If I do hard work and show my honest work in the performances and the roles I do, that's how I feel like I deserve being here.
Right. And I think that's so very honest of you. And I think the one thing that I have noticed again is that there is that sense of humility that the old family has across the slate. And I think that that's something which I think has definitely been inculcated to you. And I think, do you think it comes from because again, your grandfather came from a very he has like a farmer background, right? Like he comes from
Yes.
literally the pind. And I think the fact that he's
Mm.
obviously, his journey to stardom was so natural. It was one of those stories which you would only imagine in films
Yes.
that would actually
Yes.
happen, but it's
Yes.
lived that. So do you think it's the
Yes.
values that he's perhaps passed down to you over generations that's really impacted?
The Dada is so giving that we're growing up, we used to have random people at home have lunch. And I thought they were relatives, but they were just people. Gates were always open for people to come and sit there and everything. And my dad also, he didn't ever want me and my brother to brag about anything. He never wanted us to walk around like, we own the place. And also, my mom doesn't get much love because she's so far away from the limelight. She
Hmm.
grew up a middle class person in Wolverhampton. So she saw hard works of life as well.
Yeah.
So for me, I am so lucky that I have someone like that in my life as well, just to make me realize what real life actually feels like.
Hmm. Let's talk about your UK influence because your mum's from Wolverhampton. You're born in Leicester, which we were having an off the record chat, which is literally second
Yes.
home for myself. Um,
Yeah.
I think sort of the impact of UK as well. How much would you say has been there in your life? And do you think that's ever impacted as well, maybe your sensibilities as an artist? Because obviously I'm sure you frequently visited the UK and lived in Mumbai too.
It has. You can't change the fact that you are slightly multicultural. I know we have this image of Punjabi and everything, but I have a white mother who's also half Punjabi, by the way. So
Mm.
yeah, you can't ignore that. We went there for vacation. We stay in the countryside. We interacted with people there, my relatives there. So we do have, and I feel like that's kept me very grounded in the movies I watch and the roles I want to do, and in the life that I experienced there. It just kept me very grounded and made me realize this whole Bollywood hoo-ha chaos. It just kept me away from that.
Mm.
And I think that also has a strong influence in me. Yes.
I mean, again, your dad, is a very good example of that because, we've often, I mean, I spoke about it as well with him as well because he obviously has seen a different varying style of fame as well. It's not been an easy ride for him, even though he's had so many big blockbusters in his name, but he's equally seen rejection from films, being replaced from films. He even after being Sunny Deol, he's faced that as well. So I guess that must have definitely made you a lot more aware of how frivolous and fragile. I think fragile is perhaps a better word. This
Hmm.
industry can be too, right?
Yeah, I remember in one other interview, I said my parents never wanted me to get in this line because how unpredictable it can be and how scary it can be. We have lost people in this line. We have people gone crazy in this line. The game is so dark. It can be at times that you forget that you have, challenges where you feel like you're not worthy enough and to be here. And it can make a person go crazy. So they never wanted me to step in this line. My mom always wanted me to have a normal 9 to 5 job or something, which is more steady income because it's a crazy line. But that's how much I love acting, and that's why I got into this. I feel relaxed. I feel that I can do something. might be not that big or might be big. I have no idea. It's up to the universe or whatever you believe in. But I'm happy to say that I enjoyed the progress, and I'm just going to keep working harder, and I'm definitely here to stay.
Oh, definitely, absolutely. So, Rajveer, thank you so much for
So,
joining.
thank you so much. Thank you so
Such a
much.
pleasure to have you, and it's your first UK interview, so it's very even more
Yeah,
special.
yeah.
Can't wait to catch up with you, and please make a trip to London very soon.
I hope I will. I will. Thanks.
All right, see you later.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rajveer.
Bye.
Bye.